Hello, mates. How are ya? So today we're diving into Swift UI tests with Tuples, because who doesn't love clean code and efficient code? I'll be using Playground to break it down nice and easy. Tuples let us bundle value together, keeping our tests neat and readable. No more messy variables everywhere in your page objects thrown everywhere in test classes. Just structured, simple assertions that make UI tests breathe. So we're gonna use the Xcode with the playgrounds, and I'm gonna show you how you can see tuples useful for a different level and how it can change your game. So let's bring it on. Again, this is serious XUI tests, how to start, how to play, how to use that. Yeah, it was a while from the last time I did a video, but then I was like, it's not an obsession, but I was like so surprised to see a bunch of the video when it says like the how to start UI test with the Swift UI, Xcode 16, blah blah, and there's like literally no information, guys. Like no information for 30 minutes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Let's do something interesting. So we will go to Xcode and we will actually use the playground for today. So it's going to be just like the structure. Data structure for testing. All right. So let me just make it a bit bigger. All right. Let's create some like stuff. Let's say we have a func test, do something, right? Well, usually that's what the tests do, right? They do something. Okay, cool. So let's just thinking like how to do this like the better way. We can how we can play with that a little bit better. But yeah, let's create some small like structure. Let's say we have a maybe class. Hello. Yep. So class with the UI. Sorry, UI test. I'm not sure what I know. UI test suite. So we do have like some class, right? And this is function is going to be let's do runner class. Cool. All right. Sorry for my so UI test. Just I don't know like why it should be like this way, but I mean I just figure out that maybe that's gonna be the best way. Okay, UI test. It's a class of like the UI test initialization suite. So inside that, let's create a couple functions. Function like give an I input, give an I. Maybe let's do something like input string. Input string, and since we don't have like a lot of options here in playground, it's going to be like just imagine we input something, so we'll like sort of print that input, right? Sweet. Then we have probably function like do something. So when I do something, what I do, who knows? Probably do something. And then we have like function. Then I assert. Then I assert also something. So let's just put like it's also going to be something put maybe string. String. Maybe for now, something like that, right? Cool. We will probably like a little bit change it later on, but it's just like the structure to have the stuff. So let me see. Maybe I can make it bigger, but should be fine. All right, cool. So then we have sort of runner. We initialized our UI test here. Technically, it's the way how you do like page objects, right? So now you do like the func test. something, right? You want to test something. Sweet. Um, yeah, let's just do one small thing. It's called like the clean architect approach. When we return instance of the class that needed to avoid calling again and again the parents of the class. Okay, so it's going to be return self, and of course we need to add the modifier as this. Right. Let me see. Which one is that? It's like this rival results. Sweet. So let's do for all of them sort of data wrappers. Yeah, I assume it will be really nice to have like macros for that to avoid like all these like the boilerplates. So far, not sure if it's anything on the market for that, but I will probably work on having like some nice, well, I want to say some nice wrappers later on. I guess actually we don't even need like the implementation or so. It's like let's just make it just pretty simple to understand. So we can give them right, sweet. So the idea here that you can use like the UI test, you can do like that given whatever, like you want to pass there some string, right? Yep. And then instead of calling again UI test, since we just call it, let's say we do something like when it is something, and then it's going to be then our input, right? So let's say we provide something, we assert something, right? In that case, our let's make it simple, right? So it's going to be just like let maybe title, type of string. So in that case, it's going to be, I don't know, what is going to be like the news, right? Maybe it's like title news, whatever. So in that case, it sounds pretty much easy, right? You pass one data here and there. Given I input something, when I yeah. So when I yeah, I can do it like this way. Hold on, I'm just like obsessed with intents. Cool. Title, do something, assert title. Sweet, right? What if it's not that easy? What if you like it should be title, but in that case, given I input, it's not like the given I, it's maybe search. Given I search, so search for news, right? For news, let's also remove input from here. So given I search for news, and here input's gonna be, let's say, search for news, and let's say it's gonna be index, and it's gonna be integer, right? Interesting, cool. So all right, so let's say we're looking for this one, right? But this is a magical number. What is a zero? And how the zero relates to title? Question. How to solve that question? So let's maybe create another variable, right? That's the first idea. So it's going to be like the maybe like first news. So in that case, let's create maybe like some specific news. It's like tomorrow lent or closed. I don't know, just obsessed a little bit also about the Disney. So Tomorrowland are closed, just for example, right? And that should be like the like our first index, first item in row, right? Cool. Next question. It's probably gonna be the um some other titles. So this is title specifically for Tomorrowland. So it's like, let's do like Tomorrowland land title, right? Okay. Yep. I changed that. Cool. So it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here. Nice. No, but it's not really nice, just because they're not tied to each other. The issue is, let's say tomorrow, it's gonna be like the something like another news, right? Like the Death Star, 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 right? It's gonna be like the Death Star Grand Opening. Death Star Grand Opening, right? Opening. So now, and this is gonna be the also we call it like first news. So it's like, all right, it's like gonna be Tomorrowland news, right? That's where we're gonna find like the index for Tomorrowland news. All right, we already fixed it again. Just imagine like if every time when you get like the more data you need to work on, it's another PR, it's another commit, it's another PR. How problematically is it, right? And the star, like this star news. Um, okay, it's like 5, for example. How much more data you will have? How that data tied to each other, right? Uh, Not really. So that's where the idea is that the whatever you input, output should be tied. Let me just show what I mean. In that case, we can use tuples, right? We can say Tomorrowland, let Tomorrowland news, right? It's gonna be tuples, and also tuples like key pair value, um, key value pair, whatever. Give us option to say, all right, what Tomorrowland news should have? Index, right? It should have an index, which is integer. Anything else? Yeah, it should has a title, which is in our case string, right? Simple enough. So in that case, we can say, all right, so let's say we open it. So we say so we're looking for and say that text. Is it good? Invalid pre-declaration, of course it is. So technically right here you can pass the that data, but I mean it's still fine. You see index, you see title, which is makes sense overall. So let's just create like the one more, and then we will remove that. So it's going to be Death Star use. Also, which is like contain this data. So technically, that data also can be separated in something like in something different, right? But just for now, let's go with that. Cool. So what is that? It's like the 5, and then it's that's the tile, like banner, probably. Okay, we remove that guy. Cool. All right. So in that case, we will say that here Tomorrowland news the index, and then we will check that the Tomorrowland title. Cool. That's the main idea. That's how you tie test data. Also, as I said, this is something looks like the boilerplate or so. So maybe it also makes sense to create something like let news. Um, yeah, why not? It can be news or all. Yeah. Let me see. No initializer, right? We technically initialize it, but if I don't want to initialize that, I don't remember like what it can be. Should have like the option to because it's a class. Probably it will tell me like I have to pass it or initialize. I cannot really store it this way. Pum, 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 pum. Yep, that's fine. All right, this is like the first idea. You got it for free. You got like the bunch of them. You can create any test data, and each of them will contain index and it will contain like the title, right? If you will have more test data, it's gonna be like the more things and more things. In that case, I will probably suggest you consider use the struct because like with the struct, right? It's much easier to say like the struct news and it should has like the like this guy and also it should has this guy and like more and more and more and more and more, right? So in that case it's gonna be up. It's a new, it's news. In that case it's gonna be something like this. And yes, I have to, when I do the initializer, it's gonna be dot init. Yep, and I need to provide this stuff here. So this is the consolidation, consideration. I'm sorry, to think what is better for you. What is like works better? You can use like the tuples. You can use the struct index. What was that? Let me just fix index init, and then it's title, right? Title string. Yep. Boom. You got it for free. Sweet. All right. So I refreshed my memory about how to initialize the generic tuples. So what you do is you have to use type alias in that case. So type alias, let's call it news tuples tuples yep. Also it can be capital N or lowercase up to you. Tuples. Sweet. Now that's gonna be like the sort of reusable stuff, and you can do it right like this. New tuples. Sweet. That's it for today, I guess. That's it. Now is your turn. Try it out, play around with the code, see how it works for you. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to check out my channel for video like this. See you the next one.